What's going on in copywriting? Call your boy Loso 2.0 straight from the car, driving to work because I had to get it in some way, somehow. As you can see, I really don't care what I look like because I only care about what I'm saying, because that is what's going to make the difference, not how I'm looking when I'm speaking to you guys about, mental health or anything like that, right? So like I said, I'm on my way to work right now. Wanted to just get in a little thing for you guys, get a little shirt for you. So, I wanted to ask this question, right? Do you feel like, as a black man, showing emotion makes you feel weak? We may get mixed answers, right? Maybe black women may say, no, it doesn't make you weak. That makes you stronger. Which I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, actually. And then you're gonna have black men that are like, yeah, no, you're not supposed to show no emotion. Never show no one you love them. Da da da. Even the music today kind of goes into that. Now, first, let me go back to the black woman thing. Now, some black women are gonna say, no, that does not make you seem weak, right? And they are actually open for you showing emotions, but let's be honest with some things, right? You show emotions as a black man to a black woman, majority of the time, she's probably going to throw it in your face. Be honest. She really is going to throw it in your face. She's going to tell you, she wants you to be more open. She wants you to speak your mind a lot, which you probably hear right now. But then we'll go back behind after you do that and then just kind of throw it back in your face like, oh, you always crying about something. You always saying something. Same thing, right? This is what we got. This is the problem, right? In relationships, that's the problem, right? And the problem is we feel like it's weak to show emotion because everybody else is conditioning us to do that, right? So black women are telling us, no, that you always complaining about this, that, and the third or whatever. Then you got black men, other black men, even like fathers that are in their life, if they have fathers in their life. So they don't have no father, that already is making a little emotional cutoff right there. Then their moms, I know, for example, with not my mom exactly, but yeah, kind of my mom too. Like even, like in certain communities, my sisters, all stuff like that, we all joke about all the hard times that, happen and stuff like that, because it's kind of like we hide it. But then we also do the same thing, project the same thing to our children, our nieces, even if they're feeling certain ways and stuff like that, right? It is a problem. It shows us as black men that it's not okay to show emotion. Now, the black community as a general, but like as black men, is really showing that it's not okay to show emotion. All right. So for starters, we definitely got to do that. Now, secondly, the music, right? Even the music today. This is why, partially because my sister, has the Apple Music account, didn't pay the Apple Music, that I'm not listening to Apple Music right now. But also though, the Apple Music though, for example, that's another example, right? Apple Music is just not even Apple Music in general, just music in general. Like, we got songs that literally A Boogie has a song called DTB, don't trust, the rest, right? So it's like, even him, they're literally projecting that it's not okay to trust people. It's not okay to show emotions or stuff like that. NBA Youngboy, like, I like listening to these people. The music sounds good, but then it's like, you got to sit back and actually think about it. Like, geez, we are literally saying it's not okay to, show emotion as a black man in this community, because we also be conditioned by others that is not okay. Because the moment we do it, we are like soft or we're weak and stuff like that, right? Because we were taught to be quote unquote tough, but this is my thing. Speaking your mind does not make you weak. You should speak your mind, because if you don't express to someone how they're making you feel, they're going to continue to do it. And then what are you supposed to just eat that up? That's why male suicide rates are so high, right? We were taught, like, basically not to talk about our problems. Really, they hide all this stuff. Like, there'll be the uncle that touches little kids at the same dinner table as everybody else. Like, no. Oh, we just don't talk about that. Like, you got to talk about that. First of all, get him out of there. He needs to go to jail. But it's like, all of this stuff is like hidden for some reason. Like, we don't talk about our problems. We don't talk about our emotions. We're supposed to just kind of like let it slide, joke about it, things like that. Or if it is, it's just crazy stuff like that, right? You need to show emotion. Like, as a man, not even as a man, as a human being, you need to show emotion. We all have our women and we all have our men, which the man is the will, woman is our unspiritualized was natural spiritualized love, for us. So love, like emotion, and then our will, We all have those two things. We literally, as humans, we have to show this stuff. It's literally ingrained in us for us to show. No matter how much we try to hide it, no matter how strong or tough, quote unquote, we're trying to be, it's just a matter of, and I'm driving too, y'all, but it's just a matter of we have to show it. Stop hiding your emotions. This is the biggest thing about it. You need to express your emotions. For one, showing emotion also is really good when it comes to, sales too, right? And marketing. You know what I mean? You always have to show an emotion. All right, let me get in front of this guy. Showing emotion allows you to showing emotion, right? It allows the reader to connect with you more because they understand they're just like me. Because you're showing emotion for things like these things. Like, you have to be able to connect within your emotions to become a great salesperson. Because it really is. People buy off of emotion and they back it up with logic. So you emotionally have to be strong. You have to have emotional quoting, a strong emotional quoting, which is basically just, smart with your emotions. Just like, there's financial IQ, stuff like that, regular IQ. Financial intelligence. This is like emotional intelligence. You need emotional intelligence. So basically more story, right? So I was hooping Sunday. I'm over here, usually every single Sunday before I go to work, if I do work that Sunday, I end up playing basketball. So Sunday I'm kind of playing basketball, getting some shots up or whatever, playing whatever. So between the games and before I got started, there was this one dude there. Mind you, this dude is the happiest guy you ever seen in your life. Yeah, even when I say, never had a bad day in my life, like, I am happy. This guy is happy, and it's funny, it's funny as heck. So we just sitting here talking. I'm gonna throw names in for certain purposes. I don't want to, literally put people out there. He has the most generic name though. It's so funny. That's just even more funnier about it though. But so we're over here talking. For some reason, he started talking about the idea of mental health. They kind of just brought it up. They was talking about mental health. Oh yeah, mental health this, mental health that. They was just ended up just talking about it, right? No, it's important, something. And this is crazy. It's like, basketball talks like before the games or after the games. Some things is like barbershop talks. I promise you. All of them are really good. It really is like going to the barbershop or whatever. Perfect play. I'm telling you, this is why I love the sport so much, man. It's the work, it's the grind. It's also the fact that, you talk about these things, right? So they just started talking about mental health. And then I started talking to him. I'm like, yeah, I heard you kind of earlier talk about mental health and stuff like that. He was telling me, yeah, man, I struggle with it. Even though I was the guy smiling all the time, I felt really, really down. Something. I didn't know how to deal with it. I was just in a slump for a while. And it's fun. It's crazy because I felt like I know another person that's dealing with this as well. But yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I'm just kind of feel down. So I was just sitting there like, okay, so you're feeling down, this, that, and that there. I was like, let me ask you a question. What kind of got you out of the slump? And he was just saying, just having friends there that actually basically cared for me. They were showing they care for me. Like, they literally checked up on me. Hey, bro, you good? Yo, man, I ain't seen you in a while. Let's go. Like, for me, come on. We going out. We going to the bar, stuff like that. And that just shows right there kind of to my point, right? You have to show emotion, and your friends have to. But really, the biggest part about showing emotion is not even the person showing emotion, right? That's the first step. We have to create a community that's open to collecting, or basically open to hearing other people's emotions, other people's problems, and actually listening to them and offering a solution rather than basically laughing at their pain, right? Because that is the biggest problem. We're not allowed to. People feel like they can't express certain things because they feel like, okay, I can't express this because I feel like if I show my emotion, people are going to basically laugh at me, or people are going to, basically look down on it or whatever in our community. But he had friends that were open to him, like, okay, listen, bro, let's really talk about it. Force him to come out, show them that they care for me, and they're able to get him out of slump. And then we were just talking a little bit. I'm just like, here, let me give you some advice. I also gave this advice to someone else too that I know is feeling down. I said, when we feel depressed, a lot of the times it's because we feel stagnant in life. We feel like we're not achieving anything. We feel like we're not going anywhere currently right now. I told him, I said, listen, if you want to start feeling, better, it's a matter of improving the quality of your life in any way. And also, too, it's another thing, too, as well. Oh, my gosh, it's deep right there with that. Like, also creating rules, too, as well. But that's another thing, too. But improving the quality of our life every single day. Like, we have to try to find ways to, better ourselves every single day. And if you continuously do that every single day, you're not going to feel depressed because you're going to feel like you're getting a little bit better every single day. no matter what it is, whether, you're working out a little bit more, whether it's, you're hitting the books a little bit more, if that's what you want to do, whether you're going along a little further in your career, whatever it is, right, that, that is what at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you feel a lot more like achieved and not depressed anymore. That was the biggest lesson that I kind of got from it. So 2 things though, if you want to get out of this slump, in the Black community, if you feel like it's weak to show emotion, right, it's not. For starters, I want you to first start showing your emotions to your friends. Secondly, I want you to first set the standard, set the expectation with your friends. Like, hey, listen, I'm going to start talking about mental health a little bit more. I'm starting to feel down. I need you guys to be open to listening to what I have to say. So being in a community or an environment of people who allow you to feel open and stuff like that. That's why I created my mastermind group. That's why I created all these things. That's why I created this pod. I want you to be in a safe, open space for you to share your emotions. Okay. Those are the 2, and then number 3, right, or number 3, right, is to continuously work on yourself so you won't go into that slump, right? It's less likely you'll go into that slump if you're constantly working, because you're gonna feel, when you're depressed, you just feel like you're stagnant. That's all. But I actually got one question to you. Do you feel as though you leave an open space for your friends to basically share their emotions with you, or do you kind of just laugh it off? Because I know from my experience, I also was the person that was laughing it off, so there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, well, there's something wrong with it, but now you know to fix it. All right, so just something to think about. I want you guys to keep killing the day, and just remember, you pray for marketing like this. Copy, got out.